Hey everyone, Jesse here and welcome to the PlantStock Daily. Today we're going to take a look at a Bloomberg article regarding the recent short selling of Beyond Meat. Then after that we will take a look at what Brian Sozzi, the Beyond expert at Yahoo Finance, has to say what he thinks about the ongoing short selling and if we will soon see a stop. And we'll also see what Ethan Brown, the founder of Beyond Meat, sees for 2022. After that, I thought I would discuss briefly if we could expect a real squeeze coming soon. But before that, we will take a brief look on what is going on in our little corner of the market. As always, I would appreciate an early thumbs up since it does help with the YouTube algorithm. If you are interested in getting up-to-date news and analysis on plant-based companies such as Beyond Meat, Oatly, TTCF to name a few, 5 days a week, then make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And feel free to join my free Discord channel, the PlantStock community, where I offer morning briefings every day, Monday to Friday, talking about what's going on in the overall market, but also what's going on with our stocks. And every company that we do normally talk about has its own dedicated channel here, Beyond Meat, Oatly, TTCF, and so on. So take a look in the description if you want to join our little group. When we take a look at our little corner of the market, we can see that there's a lot of volatility still. As the overall market is trying to digest the latest CPI data, we also yesterday heard from Lael Brainard, who might become the vice chair in the Fed, stating that she will tell Congress that the central bank's most important job right now is to tighten monetary policy. This could have had an effect on the overall market as well. Expect Q1 to still be quite volatile for a bit longer, considering that nothing is locked in stone regarding the Fed's plans. More and more is pointing to that there will be 3 rate hikes at least this year. We do as we always do, we remain vigilant, but always keep in mind that whatever happens in the market is short-term noise. And as you guys know, I have a collaboration with Seeking Alpha where you can get all the details of the different companies that you follow when it comes to different ratings from their own authors, from Wall Street, where you get the ranking, you get the breakdowns, you get the valuations, the growth, the profitability, the momentum, you name it. If you need to know about your companies, this is the site you want to go to. So take a look in the description where I have a 50% discount. If you are interested, remember I get a commission on every sale. Bloomberg had an interesting article that came out yesterday. It talks about the ongoing short selling situation with Beyond Meat, something that has been going on forever. According to the article, Beyond is the most shorted stock in the Russell 1000 index. At the moment, short interest is about 37%. I've actually seen higher numbers on other places. This has apparently risen from 26% since the start of October. As we know, Beyond Meat stock has had a volatile ride since its IPO days. As it states in the article, quote, when Beyond Meat went public in May 2019, it held one of the most sought-after initial public offerings and jumped 163% on its debut. But the company is struggling to turn the initial buzz into durable investor support. Beyond Meat shares have dropped 46% over the past 12 months, compared with a 21% gain for the Russell 1000 index. As we have seen in many articles, even this writer is ill-informed regarding Beyond Meat when they state that one of the reasons that analysts are disappointed with Beyond Meat is because their deal with Taco Bell was cancelled. We know that this is simply not true, since Taco Bell have together with Beyond stated that they continue working on this joint effort to make the perfect product that is suitable for their chain. Some recent proof of that could be what the CEO of Yum Brands just posted this encouraging comment on his LinkedIn page. Quote, I'm proud of how our brands continue to innovate to remain relevant, easy to access, and distinctive, including the national launch of KFC's US Beyond Fried Chicken in the US, Pizza Hut Canada's Beyond Meat Sausage Crumbles, and Taco Bell's Taco Lovers Pass. I remain impressed by the ingenuity from our teams as they continue to create distinctive menu items that are easy to access and culturally relevant to consumers around the globe. So I would recommend listening more to those who are actually in the know rather than articles that could have gotten planted information from hedge funds, short sellers hoping to spook the market. We have seen it over and over again, and it will likely keep happening. What we saw yesterday was probably a small short squeeze. However, it could also be related to that more and more long-term investors don't dare to wait any longer to start investing or invest even more, given that things are looking more positive for the company. Now, the squeeze might be over for now, we don't know yet, but Major Thacker, our own expert on BYND, also highlighted in the Discord this specific thing. Quote, just a word of caution, short squeezes are almost always temporary. If macro conditions remain difficult, whatever gains we see in BYND will be erased the moment short interest returns back to normal levels. So in other words, we might see the stock price move down to the same levels soon, prior to this supposed short squeeze. Brian Sozzi, who is Yahoo Finance expert on Beyond Meat, had some interesting things to say on what is happening. And here we will also hear Ethan speaking about what we could look forward to.
Well, last week we learned that Beyond Meat was rolling out a new meatless nugget product at KFC. The stock, though, has not done, it's up today, but we have seen a downdraft over the past year or so, Brian Sozzi, and you're looking at some of the dynamics under the surface.
Yeah, some interesting new short selling data out, Julie, this morning from S3 Partners and the Financial Times, pointing to a 40% increase in the short position in Beyond Meat since October when they reported their last quarter here. The overall short position in Beyond Meat is now 42%. As you can see on that chart right there, Beyond Meat is the most shorted stock inside the Russell 1000. Overall, shares of Beyond Meat are down about 44% over the past year, in large part because of just pressure on the restaurant side of the business, pressure in terms of production. And so far, short sellers have been winning out. And really, it's because of this short position, I would argue, Julie, Beyond Meat hasn't gotten, I would say, the respect in the market for several product introductions like those new nuggets at KFC. Now, we talked to Beyond Meat founder and CEO Ethan Brown earlier this week, asked him about the product pipeline. To me, it sounded like they have a lot of stuff in the hopper.
It's fun to look into our innovation pipeline and see all the products that are available for us to push out into the market. And if you look at what we were able to accomplish over the last 18 months, I think we've commercialized more products than anyone in the plant-based industry across the globe. We've opened up facilities in Europe and in China, introduced new products there, here in the U.S. This is a perfect example. This is the largest nationwide plant-based chicken launch ever. And so we are innovating at a terrific pace. We're growing our infrastructure to be able to produce and serve these customers at an even stronger pace. And so we feel really good about what's coming down the pipe. I think you'll see additional announcements from us throughout the year on products and partnerships.
So you have to think, well, what will scare these short sellers out of Beyond Meat? One, it's just, I think, a continued barrage of new products. That is likely coming over the next 12 to 18 months. And then secondary, the fundamentals of the business just have to improve. In large part, that restaurant side of the business, it is going to be tough because of what's going on with the pandemic. But they have to, I think the market wants to see improvement in the restaurant side of the business for Beyond Meat and some traffic to return to a lot of the retail stores where their products are sold.
So the question remains, can we expect to see a much larger squeeze? Well, for that to happen, I do believe we need to get more news from Beyond. The kind of news that will really reawaken investors to Beyond. Not only retail investors, but institutions as well. Because that's where the big money lies. And if Ethan Brown is any indication, we can expect some great moves from this year. We're still waiting to hear if the McDonald's deal might launch in the whole of the US, 13,000 locations, and then we have the PepsiCo deal. That will probably give us some pleasant surprise soon. More on that in a video soon. These kind of things and news will probably get the stock moving in the right direction, especially when we see higher revenues dropping in. Well, that was it for today. If you found some value in today's video, make sure to like it and feel free to subscribe to the channel. Have a great weekend and looking forward to see you next week for another 5 video updates on what is going on with our PlantStock companies. Peace out.